Today's video, I will be drawing the Nightstalker Dragon, which is an original species I came up with. Anyway, let me get right into the video.
The Nightstalker is a large nocturnal wyvern, rarely seen by people. By using their dark scales, they will conceal themselves in the shadows, so you never see them coming. Nightstalkers live in snowy climates, mostly being seen at high altitudes in a dense forest. They are generally peaceful, but will become aggressive if you come too close. Challenging or threatening these dragons is not advised. They have been observed to hunt deer and other large mammals, like snow leopards. Unlike a lot of dragons, they do not have a strictly meat diet. Young and old Nightstalkers have been seen eating berries and tree leaves. Most Nightstalkers are lone hunters, with only the females and their babies being the exception. Females will take care of their young until they are big and strong enough to fend for themselves. The babies will usually leave at around 10 years old. Most Nightstalkers do not share territory, but will not become aggressive with others of their kind if their territory is invaded. It has even been observed that older Nightstalkers will give up or share small portions of their territory with a young Nightstalker. In most of these scenarios, the young sharing the territory will hunt for the older Nightstalker until it can find its own land. Nightstalkers have an extremely long lifespan, and in most cases, reaches up to 250 years or more. Throughout all of the years that they are alive, they continuously grow, which is why they are such a large species of wyvern. Females, though, will always be bigger and darker than the males. Normally, at around 45 years into their life, they will be able to mate and have babies. Males, when reaching this age, will look for a female. Once finding a female, they will bring gifts like food, specific plants, or other objects that could be considered valuable. If the female accepts these gifts, they will mate with one another. Like said before, Nightstalkers are generally a peaceful species, but have a range of ways to defend themselves, especially against rival dragons. Nightstalkers can of course fly when necessary, but can also shoot a liquid that when coming into contact with objects will freeze into thick icy shards. They are also quite fast for their big size, so they can run or fly off if they need time to recover. They may also use this speed to sneak up and pounce on prey in the dark. Most creatures wouldn't pick a fight with a giant and powerful beast like the Nightstalker, but some creatures are daring enough to challenge this dragon. A common rival of the Nightstalker is the plasma horn. Plasma horns are around the same size as the Nightstalker and have the powerful ability of charging up lightning blasts. Supposedly, they never run out of energy when in a storm, making them stronger. Through this brute strength and the powerful lightning blast, it is possible for the plasma horn to defeat the Nightstalker, potentially even killing it. The only reason these big dragons fight in the first place is for territory. Plasma horns enjoy higher altitudes like the Nightstalker, so they will sometimes go after the same area of land. This is the main reason that they fight, but sometimes there could be other reasons like fighting over food, or their territories will be close enough to each other where it bothers both of them, so they may fight each other. Another dragon that is daring enough to challenge the Nightstalker is the Highvill. Highvills are an extremely aggressive species, especially against anything that is in the area where they're hunting in, so they will go after the Nightstalker if the Nightstalker enters their hunting range. A tactic the Highvill might use is overwhelming the Nightstalker in numbers, or ripping off the scales of the Nightstalker to access the more sensitive parts of that Nightstalker. Highvills normally aren't strong enough to kill the Nightstalker, but can at least make one retreat. Other than those dragons, most do not decide to fight the Nightstalker. With how deadly these dragons are, people don't normally think of the Nightstalker as a trainable dragon, but it is possible and has even been done before. There are of course risks to training them, and doing so is considered dangerous. One method that has worked before is gaining the trust of a mother Nightstalker. A way to gain the trust of a mother Nightstalker is by getting it food or other things it may need. If the mother Nightstalker trusts you enough, it may let you take care of one of its babies. As long as you continue treating the baby well, it should stay with you until you pass away. It is very likely that the trained Nightstalker will outlive you, so it is suggested that you have someone younger than you that could inherit the dragon after you pass away. So far, this is all the current information on the Nightstalker. There may be more info later. So, this was the Nightstalker. If you're curious, the one that I drew in this video was a male, around 50 years old. This also took me 8 hours and 11 minutes, just for the drawing, not talking about the editing. Anyway, I do plan to draw the Highville and the Plasma Horn in a later video if you do want to see what they look like. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. You can also check out some other videos that I have if you want to see more of my art. Anyway, goodbye!